We are headed to the podcast studio where we record, and we do not have a topic yet. So we kind of like to take the time on the drive to try to figure out what's our topic going to be. So this is our little brainstorming session.
Right.
So.
Okay. So on my channel on TikTok, I was hopping in to just like atheist or agnostic conversations and people who think Christianity isn't true. And I forget the guy's name, but basically he had a good question about like the resurrection of Jesus. Why do you believe his story and not others? Like, you know, Nero or just other people who there's documentation saying they got up. And us as Christians, we usually say, nah, that's nonsense. Dead people stay dead. But not everything else. Like,
So you're saying you think that the resurrection would be a good topic?
Yeah, I think like defending the resurrection is usually what Christianity has to come down to, right?
Yeah, I think that's a good place to go because at least for this should be the case for all Christians. But I think like when it comes to my journey on knowing if Christianity is true or not, or coming to that conclusion, like it was like the resurrection was like number one. It's like the reliability of the Bible and the resurrection.
Yeah.
Because if that's not true, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Like literally no other doctrine matters, other teachings don't matter. It doesn't matter if we're getting baptism right or anything. The church, nothing matters if Jesus historically didn't actually resurrect from the dead. So
Yeah.
I think, because right now so far we've been doing like the preface of stuff, like before we, everything we've covered. But if we are going to dive in, I agree. I think that's a good first place to start and to explain the reason why that needs to be the beginning.
Yeah, nah, that's fair. And it's funny because I feel like we work both ways. Like if you're going to convince somebody that's not in the faith, it's one thing to say like you can't start with Jesus died on a cross for a God you don't believe in, XYZ. But it's like if you convince somebody of God's existence and 16 other things, and then Jesus didn't get up, like it's like you've successfully got them through a bunch of steps just for them to not be convinced at the finish line. So
Exactly.
So yeah, like knowing the finish line first is probably the best way to go.
Yeah. Okay, well, looks like we got our topic. We will see y'all in the episode.